good afternoon to you, South Africa. My name is Danilo Acquisto. Welcome to Afternoon Express. It's a Tuesday, and that means there are 3 chefs in the kitchen. Well, I can't even call myself a chef. Clem's giving me the side eye. It's a cook-along today on Afternoon Express. We're going to have lots and lots of fun on the show today. It's one of our favorite parts of the week, and I know it is yours too, so make sure you interact with us on all of our social media platforms. But first, what are we making?
We're going to do a beautiful lamb stew with delicious, cheesy, herby dumplings.
Yummy.
But it's not my recipe.
It's funny.
We loved him so much last week that we had to bring him back again to make his very own dish.
Listen, can I tell you something? You always make funny recipes, you know that?
Yeah.
No one? Fine. All right, it's not one of those days today. You've got your book here today, which I think is really cool. Is this one of the recipes from the book?
Yes, the book comes from the book, but a little bit with a twist.
Twist on it, because obviously what
I used to make with a beef stew, chicken stew with dumplings. Today I just decided let's just make a lamb stew.
Yummy, yummy. And I've actually never made dumplings before. So by the way, if you are on social media and you guys want to go and tell us what your favorite way of creating unique dumplings is, that is a question we're asking you on Facebook and Twitter at the moment. You can go and tell us what yours are. I mean, do you add herbs, perhaps, maybe a little bit of chili spice in there, perhaps some extra flavoring, whatever yours might be. Share your thoughts with us on Facebook and Twitter. What's really cool about the show is you can call in live. Our number is 021-430-9881, 021-430-9881. You can also use the hashtag Afternoon Express throughout the show today, and we'll be having a look at some of those comments during the cook-along on the show. Now, we mentioned it's all about these different ingredients, but the most important one is our guest. And our cook-along guest today has been presenting TV and radio since the 90s and has had a show on YFM, Metro FM, East Coast Radio. He was one of the judges that discovered me in the Presenter Search series, and for 7 years, he co-hosted one of South Africa's best-loved entertainment lifestyle shows, The Real Goboza, until he announced his departure last month. Ladies and gentlemen, guess who it is? It's your boy, Phat Joe. Dude, this feels so interesting that we're doing a cooking show together, because you were also on that SABC3 show with cooking.
Yeah.
Weekend edition.
And congratulations to you. You've been doing really well. What is it, 2 years in now?
2 years, just over 2 years being on the show. It's amazing. How
you've outlived your co-host.
Ah, yeah. Don't say this.
Right, okay.
Back to serious business.
Right.
You got engaged.
Yeah, it's kind of old news. I think you guys covered it, didn't you?
No, just before, just as it sort of happened, the engagement kind of happened. We had you on the show that last particular time, and now you're sort of building up to the wedding. How was the whole journey now in between that sort of engagement and now? Does the sort of like energy die?
No, well, as one matures, you know. No, we got engaged, and we're sort of in a wedding planning tug of war, you know. You know, do we have it here? Do we rather have it there? Do we want 8,000 people there, or do we want 30 people there?
Is the tug of war between your fiancé and the planner, or between you and your fiancé about this stuff?
No. It's just like a familial affair. So, you know, but I think we know what we're going to do, and we know when we're going to do it. Sure. And only those who are invited will know where and when it's going to happen. Okay,
one of those secret weddings you're going to be hosting.
It's not secret. It's just that, you know, you don't want to turn it into a big circus. Yeah.
Exactly, especially being in the public eye like you are. I mean, if you end up doing one of those big weddings that becomes one of these huge events, it almost like it loses its essence, which is
it becomes
two people,
an event or a show, and
it's two people making a union to each other. Yeah. Listen, from really happy news to potentially some sad news. I mean, your fans are really, really upset to have seen you leave The Real Goboza for over 7 years of being on that show.
I can't believe I did it for 7 years.
I know, geez.
Like, the story is so funny how I ended up doing that show. I was like almost pushed into the show by some board members who shall remain nameless. But I did it for 7 years, and the years just rolled by. And like you, just outlived so many co-hosts. And I think that it was time for me to go anyways. You know, I've got so many other things that I need to start focusing on and doing. There's a couple of projects that have been sitting on the back burner as a result of how busy I was.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry that I had to leave, but you know, the show still lives on, and I'm still around. I'm not dead. So there's, you know, you should be excited about what I'm going to do next.
I think it is important for personalities like yourselves. I mean, when you were on the show last, Bonnie called you like a veteran of the industry. For somebody who's done as much as you've done, you have to keep moving in order to...
It's funny, Bonnie is a veteran. Like,
well, you guys share that space. You guys do share that space. So for her and for you, that ability to want to keep being creative is going to still be there. You want to keep moving. And speaking of the moving, you didn't only leave The Real Goboza, you also left East Coast Radio too.
Yes.
Why have you moved so many times from radio station and now leaving East Coast? What's going on?
Shout out to everyone at East Coast Radio. Bongani is now doing my show. Make sure you my old show. Tune into him. They're on the air right now, so shout out to them.
Oh, awesome.
And so Gareth and Rory and Mags and everyone. Love East Coast. I think it's just being too busy. I was just too busy. And I think it just got to a point where it was like, look, it probably is better if I just kind of ease off my diary and start to focus on less things, but more impactful things. So the things that I'm working on are equally as big as anything that I've worked on.
Okay, cool.
People should just stick around and see and find out. They'll feel and find out what I'm working on, particularly during the second half of the year. And I'm excited and looking forward to it. Unfortunately, I can't make an announcement yet because I'm contractually bound, and there's certain things that can only be released at certain times.
Also, you don't wanna
but when the
preempt
time is right,
something,
you'll know. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So,
is it in business? Is it in broadcast?
it's in business. It's in broadcasting. It's in dare I say telecoms. It's in everything. And what I love about it is it's a Pan-African opportunity as well. So I'm excited. And then there's other TV projects as well. There's shout out to Kagiso Lediga. There's a project that it seems like we're going to be working on, which is also Pan-African, but it's for TV. And then, as you know, I'm working on Take Me Out, Mzansi, which is back, is doing phenomenal.
And that show's moved around and it's been getting really cool reviews. I see you guys trending on Twitter all the time.
Dude, the show is
It's
if people are loving it
amazing.
now, they have no idea how
What's
it's going
to
to
come.
get even better. Shout out to the Vuzu Amp team. We've shot, I think for the next 6 months, people are going to be super entertained. I don't even want to reveal what's going on. But the current season with the girls is exciting, and it's going to end really well. And I'm looking forward to the second season. So there is a season 2 as well on the way.
Rad.
Yeah.
Listen, I always, you are a very good orator and you are able to explain things very well and you love to, I don't know, how you're very passionate about what you do, but I've never actually got to ask you the question about these different projects that you choose.
Yeah.
Because you're very clearly strategic with the stuff. You choose things very wisely and carefully. And I mean, you've made a lot of these moves along the way. What part is strategy? What part is by necessity? Where does the vision of where Phat Joe wants to be? Who is the guy he wants to be? And why is, for instance, like staying on a particular radio station or staying on a particular TV show just not enough? What are the big goals? Like why the change?
Okay, I've always got parallel processes happening at the same time. I've got like the really big challenging work that I'm doing that's really hard to get off the ground or hard to achieve. That's always in the back burner. So, and then I've got the stuff that people see me do, the shows, the radio shows, etc. I think of that as kind of like gym, going to gym, and you're preparing for the big race, but the big race is like happening in the background. So people think you're just a gym rat, but I'm not just a gym rat. There's something else in the background that I'm working on. So I've always been big on broadcasting platforms and unifying not only South Africa, but I guess the continent in really cool ways. And unless you know my business background, you won't understand what I'm saying. So everything that I do is driven by this sort of desire to own a platform, but not just own a platform for the sake of owning it, making sure it's successful, and making sure that it's impactful as well.
Okay.
So that's really my motivation. My background is I started out as a DJ, that was my hobby. I studied engineering, and I love media and technology, where the three merge.
So exploring the different types is a ways of exploring the
Where
different facets of
entertainment
that.
meets media meets technology. It doesn't matter
be
whether
there.
it's AM, FM, internet digital, satellite digital, cable, broadband, like, wherever they meet, that's where you'll find me there. And that's really is my passion.
Then everyone obviously brings this up, and I always feel like a bit of a fraud always asking this question about the controversy side of you, which I think is such an important part of being a media personality today. I mean, is it a conscious decision to remain separate and individualized and not like everybody else? Or is there a part of you that really feels like, actually, South Africans need to hear the truth, and I'm going to do my best I can do? Because I still don't know how you still get jobs when people know how much controversy you cause.
I don't cause controversy, but I do think that I was driven by the Constitution. A lot of people died for the freedoms that we now have. And unfortunately, a lot of broadcast environments kind of over-suppress and almost, I don't know, I don't even want to say the word.
Barbiify, I'd imagine,
Yeah, censorship. I feel like broadcasting should be a reflection of the broader society. There should be discourse on everything and everything. There shouldn't be any sort of red lines because that's how you get to the truth. So it's not so much that I'm controversial. I don't think of myself as controversial. I just think that I'm a lot braver than a lot of people. And unfortunately, with the media, it's the crazy moments that end up being sort of written in the history books, and that's what people remember. They don't remember the good stuff that you've done. There's so many amazing things that we've done, but nobody cares about a good story. They want to hear about the protests that people had, or that moment where, Joe made somebody drink something, some excrement, I don't know, whatever. Those are the things that end up being part of the public discourse, and that's not really who I am. The sum total of who I am is I'm much more dynamic than that.
And you really are a good person. And getting to see you behind the scenes, you're a good guy with really big passions and dreams for South Africa. So we'll be exploring more of this on the show today, but we've also got to have some fun cooking. So I hope this man is excited to get some food into his belly.
You said 3 chefs. We got 4 chefs here.
And this man himself is also loves a good old curry, a lamb curry. So we're going to take a slight twist on that. We're going to make a lamb stew with some incredible dumplings. So you stay right where you are.
Yeah, welcome to the weekend edition, Sunday edition.
Welcome back to the Cook Along on Afternoon Express. On this Tuesday afternoon, we're live on SABC 3. Funi's our chef, Phat Joe. Phat Joe is our guest today.
Here, yeah.
And the show is obviously all about you guys cooking along with us. 021 430 9881. Give us a call at any point throughout the show. Want to chat to Phat Joe? Want to tell us about your favorite parts of the recipe? Otherwise, you can tweet us, #Afternoon Express. Call him. Text him.
Yeah.
We don't take WhatsApp phone calls, unfortunately, today.
Right.
No WhatsApps. Clem, Funi, I'm actually lead over with you. What are we making again? Remind us.
Okay, we're gonna start by making the dumplings.
A dumpling.
Yeah.
For?
Our lamb stew.
Yummy. Okay, cool. So tell us how we're going to do this.
Okay.
Who's in charge?
So I'm just going to give a quick little intro on how this is going to happen. So over the past few weeks, we've been actually playing around with bread dough, and a great way to use bread dough is to make dumplings straight from that. But I brought Funi in because I want him to teach us how to do this from scratch. So Funi, the floor is yours. Let's go.
Okay. What you need, you're just gonna have your flour. We got a cheese, we've got herbs. We just want to give it some heavy taste. You know, in olden days, what we normally do, they just have the normal dumplings and put it in the pot, and then now ours we just want to make.
Now we're fancy, yeah. Okay.
yeah. Now we're gonna just add everything together. Just put everything together, mix, and then from there we're gonna play around, make some balls. We put it aside. From there, you guys gonna make the meat.
Is this the same thing as dombolo? Like, what is a dumpling?
It is like a dombolo.
It's
yeah.
like a steam bread.
Is it? I've never made it. Is that how you make it? Is it just flour, milk, a bit of baking soda, and voila?
Voila, done.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you
on
can use
social-
yeast if you want.
On
I've never
social, we
made
asking you the question about how you make your dumplings. How are they fancy? And by the way, if you eat too many of these dumplings, you're going to carb load and get really buff. And speaking of being buff, you recently, well, not recently, quite a while ago, in fact, posted this photograph.
Oh,
Please take a look
Lord.
at this. Wow, you and Fresh look
Oh
amazing.
my gosh!
It's one of those
I was just telling
Itombolo.
my fiance about that. Babe, that's the show we
Yowza.
did. Shout out to Fresh. We actually stripped in Rosebank.
Wow. Too much
It was like
Itombolo.
2,000-3,000 women. That was
Yowza.
amazing. Hey, Fresh, I need the DVD, dude. I need the DVD. Please, make a copy. I need the DVD. Send it to me.
Ah, South Africans
Yeah.
do not need to see it. Take that off the screen.
No,
one
no
needs
one else
to
will
see
see
any more
it.
of that.
Yeah, no one else will see it. Yeah. Yeah, that was in my workout days. Yeah, I used to work out.
Okay, cool. So let's eat these dombolos if you want muscles
Yeah?
like that. So I'll help you
cool.
make them.
So we've got some cake flour. You can use any type of flour. It's perfectly fine. And then we've got some baking powder going in. That's going to give you that lift. They're gonna kind of poof up while they're in that stew. And we got some herbs, kind of a mixed herb. We got some Italian herbs in there, some like oregano.
Are they herbs or are they herbs?
It's herbs.
Okay, herbs.
No,
Okay, just checking.
Joe?
I've been, you know, guys on the show.
Malherbe. But no, okay, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
no, so the H is silent. Okay. All right, it's herbs.
That can go in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Herbs. And then obviously you want to add some seasoning, salt and pepper always. So we've got some salt and pepper in the front there for you, Joe. If you
All
want
of
to
it,
give
right?
it
Oh, okay. Oh, you just do a little. Well, how do they do it?
There we go.
There we go.
That's
That's a little-
all inside your jacket now.
It's gone
Good
down
luck.
your pants.
Yeah, I'm seasoning myself, baby. All right, cool. All right.
Get
What,
our
this is
cheese.
interesting. What's in this salt? Salt
It's
and
just
pepper.
Salt and pepper.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
cool. All right.
And then we've got some cheese. So any cheese you want to use, some like mature cheddar, some Gouda, that'll be really great.
Okay.
Even blue cheese if you want to be that fancy.
Okay,
blue
cool.
cheese
Can
dombolo,
try, yeah.
it's happening.
Or just leave mature cheddar in the fridge until it becomes blue cheese and then you.
Yeah.
Not recommended, but hey.
I've
Okay,
got
cool.
some stinky camembert. How do you say it?
Camembert?
Yeah,
Camembert.
Does
There we
that
go.
work?
Yeah, camembert.
Camembert, there we go.
All right.
All right. And then the oil. This is just normal canola oil going in.
Okay. And do we start mixing now?
I'm going to give you
The
a
spatula?
spatula.
Okay.
And I'm going to start adding the milk. So
Do
not
I
all of it.
slowly or do I just go for it?
You kind of keep it nice and slow.
Okay.
So it starts coming together.
Just a quick question. My mother used to put it in a bowl like this and like boil it.
Boil it.
Boil it.
it.
Yeah, put it in a pot filled with water and boil it
Like a
like,
double
that, and it would
boiler.
rise. And it was. Is it? Can you do that with it with this recipe?
Absolutely. So
Okay.
generally what happens, it's kind of steam.
Right.
It's basically it steams in the pot as well while it's in that stew.
But here you're throwing it in the stew, right?
Yeah. What your mom did, she kind of dropped the bowl in the bottom of the pot.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of water in the
That's
bottom
right.
of
So
the
it's
pot.
sort of like a dry dumpling that would, and then
There we
she
go.
would. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So I'm
By
going
the way,
to
if
give
you
you
guys
some
at
more
home
milk.
have obviously got any of your unique ways of making your Itombolo, you can share them with us. Hashtag Afternoon Express on our Twitter account and on Instagram, on Facebook, wherever you are. Obviously,
I
you're
think I
part
need
of the
an
show.
apron.
We'll definitely get you in
maybe
case
it's
we need a
dry.
break.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, you can.
Why is yours so moist now, so
No,
dry?
I've just started.
We just started.
Yeah, we just started.
Okay, go. It's coming together nicely. How's yours looking there, Dan?
I don't know.
It's getting there.
Funi, how am I doing?
Very well, man.
Is it fine like this?
Yeah.
You gotta put your
You can
elbow
use
in
the
it.
hands, eh?
You want a wooden
Yeah.
spoon? Are you good?
Yeah, a wooden spoon would be better, but it's okay.
Can we use our hands? Like, Funi's let
not
me
a
use my
pro.
hand.
Done, you see?
There we go.
Perfect.
That's looking good.
And then what? You just make one big ball.
You do. I'm gonna add a little flour to kind of bring it together a little more.
This is what?
We'll get
Yeah,
to
we're
that
gonna
apron
make
during the
balls.
break.
Oh, so I must break this up
Yeah,
a
the
bit.
wooden spoon. You
Yeah.
gave me like a cake spatula.
Maybe
Wooden spoon.
this
All
thing.
right.
Let me see what you got there, Dan.
Okay, so I've kind of made mine into this sort of texture over here. It seems to be quite doughy. Obviously, as you can see, the herbs have nicely combined. I don't see any
This
clumps of
cheese.
other
You
want
things.
this to tighten up
The
some more?
cheese is in there looking yum.
I can see the cheese. That's what I like. Sometimes what happens is if they kind of grate the cheese too fine or they don't add enough cheese, and you don't know what's in there. So I like to kind of see the cheese when you're actually making these. Sorry, Joe, that's my bad. I added
That
too
rhymes
much
quite
milk.
nicely. See the cheese when you make these.
See the cheese when you make these, yeah.
How big? Is this about the right
I
size?
think that's too big.
Please tell me I'm
go.
Let's
done.
make this.
Okay.
There we go, we got it.
Can I quickly ask Funi something here? Because I know that when it comes to these Itombolo, you can make them anything you want. You can make them strips, you can make them balls, you can make them whatever you want. So how are we going to try and design these?
Okay. For today, I'm thinking let's just have a smaller bollies.
But can you show us some other ways? Like, when we want to get creative at home, what else can we do?
You can try anything that you want. Roll them a little bit if you want to knead them.
But you're throwing them into a stew, so like.
You'd want them to be little balls? I don't know, but I've seen
Yeah,
people
you
make
can play
square
around.
ones, dice ones, long ones.
So
Yeah,
should
you
we
can
make
play
square
around.
ones?
Cool.
Yeah,
go
let's
for
make
it.
Danilo happy. I mean, maybe he has
And that takes a
problem
lot to
with
make me
balls in
happy.
his mouth. I don't know.
Leave them like that, that's cool.
Do you like this one?
Let's see them like that. That does
doesn't
look
look
very
good, man.
interesting.
Okay.
Right, so how's your recipe going at home? 021-430-9881. Give us a call. 021-430-9881. We'd love to hear from you.
What do you think, Funi? We're going to kind of go for like these squares. I'm going to pass the knife to... What do you think of ours?
Because they're going to puff up.
I prefer balls, man.
I prefer
I
balls.
like me some balls, man.
Okay,
we should
so I think
swap.
Dan's the only problem.
make balls.
Dan's got a problem with the balls. Okay,
Yeah,
we just got a big problem making balls.
He's a ballophobe.
Listen, if you guys are obviously cooking along with us, you want to know what recipe we're making and how to make it, you can SMS the keyword lamb to 33650. It'll cost you 153.
The squares
SMS
look
and don't
weird.
reply. Lamb 33650. You'll get all the details on your mobile device. So please don't stress about taking down all the details. Just cook with us and have some fun.
This looks weird, Dan.
It does. Okay, then just go back to the little ball.
Yeah,
I'm
look at the
happy with
balls,
that.
This looks crazy.
Gosh, so demanding.
Yeah.
And this is going to be paired beautifully with our.
With our lamb, yeah. So what's also
Yummy.
great is lamb's got a nice strong flavor, and I like that Foonies use the cheese in there because if you do something like a strong cheddar, it'll go really well with that strong flavor of the lamb.
Okay.
Oh, God, I see now. We've taken all our squares and turned them into balls. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm cool with that.
Listen, are you like the major cooker at home, or do you let your fiance do most of it?
No, we're like 50-50. You know, I got,
Like, is there like nights where it's like it's Phat Joe's night?
we
there's
kind of
like-
compete. Usually, I kill her in the kitchen, but I tone it down. So I always like just spoil my recipes just a little bit, so that she feels like she has a fighting chance. But no, we love our food at home, and I like to cook. Obviously, not every day. I don't think anyone likes to cook every day, but
But
definitely.
do you always cook at home? So is it a lot of takeout, like once every now and then, or?
We do a lot of takeout, but we do a lot of cooking at home as well.
So if you were to cook, what would like if tonight was dinner night for Phat Joe?
Last night I cooked. I made a chicken soup.
Oh yum.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it was dope.
Is someone sick?
No, no one's sick.
You only make chicken soup when people are ill.
Sick in love, maybe.
Oh wow! All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. She didn't eat it though. Yeah, I had it by myself, but she did have some of the chicken. Yeah.
And what is her favorite thing to make for you? Like, what do you love it when she makes?
Oh, she does make a mean curry. Okay. But like we kind of make the same dishes, but sometimes differently. She'll do like a pasta dish. She does it her own way, and you know, I do it my Italiano way. You know what I mean? You know how people make their pasta dishes differently. Like
Yeah.
everyone has their own little take on it. But yeah, so
Okay.
yeah.
Lekker. So we're getting to know Phat Joe all behind the scenes as we get to him obviously cooking in the kitchen. So he likes to turn up the heat on his TV shows that he works on. And we're going to turn up the heat with him now because I think it's about time that finally
Yeah,
we get to
somebody
put him,
does it.
Yeah, put some fire behind Phat Joe, right? So more of the cook along is still to come right here on Afternoon Express. Now Women's Month is finally here. We've already hit the 1st of August, and on the 17th of August in Johannesburg, the annual Top Women Awards will bring together an audience of iconic business leaders and personalities to celebrate the success of women and women-led organizations. The event will once again acknowledge the most sustainable and successful gender empowerment strategies of organizations across the sectors in the awards ceremony. Now, to win VIP tickets for you and a friend to this prestigious event, simply SMS the keyword awards followed by your email address to 33650. Those SMSs are charged at R1.50 each, and free SMSs do not apply. T's and C's do apply and can be found on the Afternoon Express website, afternoonexpress.co.za. For more information on this fantastic event, visit www.topwomen.co.za. Now stay right where you are, because after the break, we continue our cook along with Phat Joe.
Express yourself.
Good to have you back with us on Afternoon Express on Tuesday afternoon. We're live on SABC3. It's the Cook Along. Phat Joe's our guest, and Funi is our chef for today. And he's made this delicious lamb stew that we're making with these dumplings. We finally finished off our dumplings, and now we need to get on to the lamb.
To the lamb. So, Joe's kindly pointed out that doesn't a lamb stew need like a good 2 hours to cook?
Yeah.
So today we're gonna try and fake it. So what I've got here is a beautiful leg of lamb that's been deboned.
Cool. Okay.
So we got a very nice piece of meat that normally needs a very long time to cook.
Well, you can either cook it rare or you got to go the other way,
but to be honest, isn't cooking it slow a very bad idea?
No.
He's a food technologist.
I said bad idea, sheep,
Okay.
lamb. Guys, yowza. Wow. I'm actually more disturbed that that's what you think I sound like when I say bad.
Okay, so Joe's right. We're gonna, instead of cooking it low and slow, we're gonna actually cook it to, I'd say about medium. That's what we're aiming for. So in
gonna
order to
flash
do
cook
that,
it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a lamb steak in a stew.
Yeah, there
We're
you go.
twisting things up today.
Right.
So beautiful lamb. You can see lamb, just like chicken, holds a lot of the fat on the outside and the skin, and then you get the beautiful meat on the inside.
Okay.
There's still some intramuscular fat in there, which is really good. That's where a lot of the flavor comes from.
But it's not sinew, right?
It's not. There's a little bit of sinew in there, but it's fine.
Okay.
It's okay. Don't worry about that. You're not going to be there for an hour chewing. And did you know, like some people, like they don't like the flavor of lamb. They find it too gamey. So
Oh, no, then
for
they're
those
not my
people,
friends.
what you'll do is you actually cut the fat off because lamb holds a lot of its flavor in the fat.
Wow.
So it's a good tip to cut that off.
Right,
so
right.
let's just start by cutting it in half.
It's a sharp knife.
It's a very sharp knife.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I'm kind of feeling like this is quite a nice big piece of meat. Let's just cut it into 3.
Right.
And I want that like
Oh, you
size.
want those big chunks? Okay,
big
cool.
chunks. I mean,
All right, cool.
why not?
What's the
Yeah.
reason behind cutting them so big? Because I mean, they're not edible like that size. You're gonna have to cut them in
They
your plate
are
anyway.
edible.
You get
You're gonna cut them in your plate then anyway.
Exactly. So when
That's
it's
what it
in your
is. It's a meal.
Okay, so you want to get a big chunk and you cut it open while you're on your plate. Okay,
This
no, I
is
get you.
Africa. It's
Get you.
just
I
in
like
your face.
because conventional wisdom says cut it into little bite-sized
Yes,
pieces, but
yeah.
I've never seen it done like this. This is pretty dope.
We're gonna try and cook it like a steak.
yeah,
We're gonna
let's
try.
go.
Okay. Cool. So this little piece, I mean, it's fine. It
They
doesn't cook
clearly
anyway.
don't trust us with the knife.
At all, yeah. Well, we're gonna get the knives to cut the carrots.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
absolutely.
Clem
So-
prepped me for that.
Yeah, I have. So Joe, I've got a bowl over here. If I could just ask you to add.
I'll be the bowl holder. Yeah, no problem.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
need your help.
Okay.
So a little bit of salt and pepper can go on there.
All right. You know how we do it.
There we go.
You don't look at the subject that's being sold.
At
You
all,
look
yeah.
away.
The land in the pot on the floor doesn't really matter,
Yeah.
you know, as long as the action's worth it.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
You just throw it around, you know.
And then Dan,
Okay.
if I can ask you to please put the stove on like a nice medium high heat.
Sure, I can do that to you.
A little bit of flour. What the flour does is the flour actually helps the lamb brown. Get that nice crust on the outside.
Oh, I thought it was for the stew to sort of thicken it.
And what it does is this man.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
my
Yours are like-
goodness.
You mentioned man. I think what's so cool about I've heard you once say before that your father was the man who taught you to be a man. And it's such an interesting thing about where young people are at the moment, especially young boys trying to learn about masculinity, what it means to be a man. And it's always been misinterpreted as man must be strong, man must be aggressive, man must be all these other things, hunter, fighter. Although your dad taught you what it meant to be a real man. Hey?
What are you talking about?
Your father. You've said once before that your father was the guy who taught you what it means to be a man.
I don't know where he's kicking. Look, yeah, men must hunt, men must gather, men must be strong. But my dad taught me how to cook. I don't know which conversation. What are you referring to?
I remember
Dylan?
you once saying to me that your father was very important in teaching you what it meant to be a man. But anyway, beside the point.
Look, he was my role model growing up, and any little boy looks up to their father, and he was that guy for me. And he was a lecturer, he was a professor, he was a scientist. He traveled the world, and he had an interesting philosophy on life. He was also a politician. He was almost mayor. So I learned a lot from my dad. I just wish I remember the conversation. So
Yeah, I'm supposed to go back
put
to
it in context.
I'll
but
go and
yeah.
find it. Sorry, I've interrupted your cooking here, Clem.
He taught me
Carry
how
on.
to swim.
There we go.
There we go.
Good skills to learn.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So can you pass me the lid of the pot? I'll take that. And then we can get a little bit of oil in there. You can see we've got some heat going on already.
Okay.
A little bit of oil can go in, and then Joe, you can start adding the meat. We
A
can
little
start
bit of
browning
oil.
it.
All right, cool. Is this just a pot sweating, or is this?
Wow, that's not a little bit of oil.
It's olive oil, dude.
Sheesh kebab.
Right? Is that a lot of oil? Is that
No,
too
that's
much?
fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
It's good.
it's
Funny and
olive oil.
I don't
can
know.
never-
We're confused.
We're just going to stand here and watch what happens. We'll take a step back.
It's
Oh,
good.
okay.
All right, so you can start browning off the meat. The trick is once you get the meat down, don't fiddle with it. Once it hits the pan,
Yeah.
just leave it. Let it-
Fat
let it-
side down. Preferably.
With those, I'm so impressed with your
Yeah.
cooking skills.
I
So
try.
Funi's whispering something in my ear. He said to me, ask you, what's the difference between lamb and mutton?
Isn't the one younger than the other? I don't know. That's what I've always wondered. I always thought like lamb is
true.
the baby and
Lamb is
mutton
the
is
baby one,
Yeah,
which is like a year old,
yeah.
and then mutton is when they're like.
They become like
yeah.
What's weird, growing up, my mom always referred to mutton, and it always confused me because when you go outside in the world, everyone's eating lamb, and I always was like, what's the difference?
Like
Yeah.
mutton
Lamb is
curry.
the young
Yeah.
one, and that's why it's more little bit
Yeah,
Tender.
it's like
And
veal,
it's
beef,
tender,
etc.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see.
And then mutton
compared
has
to
a lot more of a stronger taste.
Yeah,
I prefer
even
the
the
taste of
muscle.
mutton. I like that intense like gaminess in the
Is
mutton.
it like goat?
Almost.
Yeah,
It's almost
okay.
like goat. I kind of find a similarity. I find goat a little more grassy.
Okay.
But I mean,
Yeah,
mutton's
compared to
great,
mutton.
full of flavor. And I also grew up eating mutton more than lamb.
Right.
Love it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool.
Gentlemen, I feel like I've done nothing this entire recipe other than rolled dumpling balls. Please give me something to do.
Okay. I'm
right.
gonna show you how to dice the carrot.
Diced carrots.
Yeah, but when I have
Okay.
like the carrot, the julienne, have you seen like put it like those chips, nyana so?
Yes, yes, yes.
Hey, the thin ones. But now I'm gonna show you how to make the julienne carrots, and then we're gonna make the dice, and then we put it into the stew there.
Okay, so two different styles of cutting carrots. I've never actually learned this, so let's teach me.
Okay. What
Joe,
need
you
to
got
do,
carrot.
You
But I
gonna
don't want to learn this because you gotta have the knife. You gotta. No,
Okay.
these knives are sharp.
what you do, you peel your carrots,
Yes.
remove the end,
Yep.
and then you can, depending on the size of the carrot, like this one, I'm gonna cut it in two.
Cool.
Okay.
I'll cut mine into 3.
And Joe,
Yeah.
what should do, Joe, because Joe's got a pretty big carrot.
Almost
can
like
do
you
three.
said,
I
three.
think Joe, you need 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Now, you take the other part halfway through, just like that.
Okay.
Cool, so cut through the middle of it.
Middle, perfect. If they can at least balance, can you see?
Cool, got you. So then now they're stable.
Even if you don't know
all
how
of
to
them.
use a knife, you will be able to.
So I'm learning all of these skills, but if you at home also want to be learning these skills, just take a close little look, bring your carrots to you in front of the television and have some fun. And also if you maybe perhaps don't want to run too far to your kitchen, we are streaming live currently on YouTube. So if you are wanting to have your mobile device or somewhere in the kitchen while you want to practice these skills with us, do that. And also call us live, 021-430-9881 if you have any questions along the way, because I know I've had lots of them and I've got to ask a chef. You also get that privilege to do that today, so go
Okay,
for it.
perfect. Now, the next step, what we're gonna do, we're gonna cut this into 4.
Okay?
Nice one. We can put that aside.
Okay. So far, this is boring. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Joe.
far, I'm waiting for
We
the
can do
fingers.
Your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
And-
so I'm going to make mine, I'm going to make mine 3 because they're too thin.
Okay,
There we go.
that's fine.
I think you gotta cut these in half again.
Oh, is that what he's saying? Oh, is that the julienning part?
Yes.
How do we make
Makes
this exciting, Joe? Should we like sing or something?
I'm scared of these carrots, guys.
Are you scared of the
No,
knife,
it's
man?
amazing.
But you know what you need to do.
Can we
Oh,
speak?
yeah, Joe's doing it wrong, eh? He's gonna cut himself.
I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? 'Cause you
Explain.
gotta
He's gonna
hold it.
cut. You're very right.
But explain to him why he's
Okay,
doing
what
wrong.
you need to do, Joe, you have hold the carrot like this, ne?
Yeah.
It balances. With your finger, go like you're grabbing it, but
But don't grab it.
There we
No,
go.
no, you gotta snap. You want to
Ooh,
cut
that finger,
your
tuck that
finger.
finger in. There we go.
here we go.
So use your
Getting
knuckles to guide.
there. Hey, they guide you. Perfect.
You got it. You got it.
Getting there. Okay.
Okay.
You guys, man.
All right, we can actually
I
just
shouldn't be
we
doing
can,
this.
We can rush
I
through
will-
this because I mean this just seems like very simple stuff. You just basically cut
Very
through them.
simple, yeah.
And that's Julian, done and dusted.
This Julian.
Okay,
Done and
so
dusted.
if I can just interrupt for a real quick sec, I just want to show you about look how amazing this lamb looks. Super
yummy.
crusty,
Beautiful,
super brown.
super and
All
brown.
right. So what I'm
All
gonna
that
do?
oil I put in there. I
It's
told
all
you
that
guys.
oil.
Yeah.
It's you.
Without it, you wouldn't have this.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get all your carrots. I'm gonna chuck your carrots in. I'm gonna onion. I'm gonna dice that onion. Get that onion in here.
Yeah, I think
and
you
let
should
that
do
start
it.
sautéing
Yeah.
already. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
So let me just turn the meat around.
So what do we need to get ready later
home.
on? Well, let's do,
All
do
right.
you want to do the onions first or do you want to
No,
get ready at home? Like, let's get you ready at home.
Yeah. At home, get your carrots ready. Get them in the pot. Get your onion diced. Get that in the pot. Get your aromatics like your garlic, your bay leaves, your tomatoes. Get it all ready. And that's gonna go into the pot when we come back. It's gonna start simmering. Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do, in fact, as all, for you guys at home, this is just for your viewing pleasure at all. Phat Joe likes to make people cry on television shows and he's mean on presenter searches. We're going to make him cry by cutting an onion after the break. Deal? We'll see you after these.
This is your chance to win the home you've always dreamed of. SA's favorite interior design reality competition, Win a Home, sees 3 design duos transform empty spaces into lavish homes, and one of them could be yours. To enter, visit privateproperty.co.za and vote for your favorite design duo. Put yourself in line to win amazing prizes in the bi-weekly draw and automatically be entered for a chance to win the grand prize, your choice of one of 3 fully furnished designer homes in the Eye of Africa Golf and Residential Estate in the south of Joburg. The finished property will include luxurious finishes by Plascon and Caesarstone, as well as premier home appliances by Grundig, with a total prize value of more than 3 million rand. Competition details plus T's and C's can be found on the private property website. Watch the breathtaking properties come to life as the design drama unfolds and stand a chance to win the biggest prize on South African television, your very own dream home.
Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express on SABC3. It's our cook-along. Phat Joe and I are having a good look at our photograph of you. Looks like he's saying to Clem, like, what are you putting in that bowl over there? And the question we're asking you online is how you choose to make all of your dumplings at home. But obviously, that's not, you're restricted to saying that. But I mean, a lot of you guys are all saying that you always like to make yours homemade. So Anati says, homemade does it for me. Ndinga says, homemade dough is the best. Malebo says, homemade dough is the best. Tabitha says, for me, homemade dough. But I wanted to read this one from Honey Pieterse, who says, 1 and 4 with some sweet corn mealie. So homemade dough. She's also added a couple of spices and herbs and then thrown in her special ingredients, which is sweet corn. You can continue to share your thoughts with us and opinions on our Facebook page for Afternoon Express. Otherwise, just tweet us, #Afternoon Express, or call us live 021 430 9881. It better be on speed dial. What are we doing,
Cool.
Clem?
So the lid's on. Let's just catch up where we are right now.
Okay. Ooh.
So we've got some amazing smells right now because we've
Yeah.
got the carrot in there, we've got that onion in there. Can you smell the other ingredient?
Oh, yum. I can't smell another ingredient in there, no.
Joe? Joe's got the nose.
Oh, I see what it is.
Garlic.
Perfect.
And there's a bay leaf in there.
There's a bay leaf in there as well. So garlic and bay leaf has gone in. Joe, this is all you now.
No chilies, no like, you know. No.
Like, we just see, like, nah, you could
I
if
like
you
a little
wanted
bit of
to.
heat. I always put heat in all my
Alright.
stews. I don't know why. I'm like,
That's cool. And the handle gets a bit hot. I got a cloth for you. Here we
Okay.
go. We got chef fingers. We don't burn so much.
all right,
Here we
cool.
go.
So what do you need me to do?
So right next, so Funi, what's next?
Okay, what we're gonna do now, we've got a smoked paprika.
Oh, yum.
It smells we're gonna give it a very nice one.
Oh, yeah, that's very smoky.
is smoked.
That's interesting. Yeah,
Smoked,
smell it.
yeah.
Can you
Is it
smell
gonna
that
turn the
smoke?
whole thing red? Paprika can overpower a dish, though, right?
If it's too much, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
He thinks that's not too much.
All of it.
All of it.
All right. Cool.
We spoke about heat.
Yeah.
what's
Instead, we're gonna
this?
give you some curry powder there.
Curry powder.
Because he wants heat.
Yes. Of
That's
course.
going to bring that warmth in there, yummy.
Yeah.
Hey.
I hear that there's no such thing in India as a curry.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Is it just their general stews
I mean,
are
they-
spicy?
Yeah. It's a.
This is just one can of tomatoes.
Okay.
You can get the ready-made ones where you can get with the herbs on it.
Chopped
Chopped.
with
peeled,
seeds in them, or okay.
Put that so in the
I feel like you left us on a cliffhanger here. But you said in India there's no curries. It's basically like a...
Well, the dishes all have names. It's just that the English decided to just
Say,
label
adopt
everything a
curry.
curry.
Yeah, to say
So even the
curry.
idea of a curry spice doesn't exist. It's like you spice
It's a
for the
spice,
dish.
yeah.
So the
It's
dish
very
has a
true.
select, you know.
Because curry spices, in fact, are just a whole combination of other herbs
I
and herbs
have
together.
a problem saying the word curry now because I
You
learned
know what
this.
it's not.
Yeah.
You know
Oh, sorry,
what
I've
is
been
it.
hitting my mic. Doesn't sound nice when I do that. Let me do it again. Oh, okay. But yeah.
Okay, what we're going to do now, we're going to add our potatoes. So what we did, we parboil them.
Right.
Now, your potatoes, get your potatoes cut in half, parboil.
But you've taken the skin off as well, I see already.
Yeah, you remove the skin,
Then you parboil them. Then you chop them.
then you chop them.
Cool.
For maybe
Why do we say parboil instead of just boil?
Okay, you don't want to cook it.
Okay.
It's gonna cook inside the stew. We just
Yeah.
want to
Soften it
little bit
slightly.
soften it.
Flash
Get it-
boil them, yeah.
Get it tender cool.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
What I love about Funi is that he's actually he's a lecturer, so he lectures in sort of food science and stuff, which is why he likes to teach and show everyone the different skill sets. So he's such an asset to have. And obviously, if you guys got any questions for him, you can call him live on the show, 02143098881. You can ask him any questions. Your own private chef on a Tuesday afternoon. Nothing happened.
It'll
No splash.
splash. Yeah, right. Okay, cool.
All right. So
Give
that's
it a
looking good.
stir.
So Funi, earlier we asked Joe what he likes cooking at home. As a chef, what do you like cooking at home?
I've got some Mondays, because I'm tired, I make so simple meals.
Like?
Chicken wings,
That's not simple.
potato salad, I make my own marinade.
Wow.
Just see there, watch TV, ketchup. That's my
I love
favorite.
chicken wings. Yeah.
Does your 15-year-old boy like have a particular food preference? Like all teenagers have got like, I don't eat this, I don't eat that, I want this.
No, he's gone through a whole like learning curve. He started cooking as well at home, and he likes making chicken and salad, like really
Okay.
gourmet homemade salads and stuff like that. But yeah, like he's gone through all types of seasons. You know, seafood, gourmet burgers, you name it, pizzas, etc. But he also likes really like now his big thing with steak is T-bone steaks. He's just
Oh, yeah,
discovered
wow.
T-bones, and that's what he's into. Yeah.
Do you find yourself being quite hard on him as a father? Like
Yes.
do you have high
You
expectations
must
of
be
him?
hard on your boys.
Okay.
Huh?
What are your dreams and hopes for him, and what are they of himself?
I just want him to know what success tastes like from an early age. You know, oftentimes success in anything, whether it be in sports or in class or whatever, once you know what it takes to be successful, I think that's the most important lesson he could learn, and to have him carry him through
But
life.
seeing his dad be so successful, and if he doesn't, would you be disappointed in it?
No, like I think everybody can be successful in something. It's
So
not
it's
like
not about,
I'm
like,
not hard
monetary
and
success
fast
or
about
career.
where. No.
Okay.
I just feel like it's important for kids growing up to taste success. Learn what it takes to win in sports. Learn what it takes to win, whether you're into music or you're an artist, or what it's like to get an A in math class. What it's like. I think those things are the real important lessons.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get you. So it is important to put pressure, but at the same time,
Because
let
then
it
when he
be-
fails, he'll know that, oh, it's because I
Yeah,
didn't put any
yeah.
effort in it. Yeah.
All right, let's put more effort into our recipe. I feel like we're talking so much. You guys are at home like, what do I do next with my recipe? And if you don't have the details on your mobile device yet, lamb 33650. Important things to remember. You SMS that word lamb to 33650. It'll cost you $150. Your free SMSs don't apply. You'll get all the details on your mobile device.
Cool, we got some beef stock. You could use lamb stock. Beef stock is more readily
looks
available.
strong.
It looks
That
strong.
looks like
Because the
beer or
bones have
something.
been roasted to like dark brown and like charred.
Is this homemade?
It's homemade.
So this is like broth.
This is like broth. This is intense. So you can see the layer of fat on the top
Bone
that actually comes from the marrow.
broth. Yeah.
What's up?
I want to taste it. So I see there's a spoon there. Please can you just like let me have a little taster?
I'll just sniff it. Thank you very much.
Yo, this is gonna be like one of those choo 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 choo.
Very strong.
Oh, yum.
That's
you know,
beefy.
you know when you make those like really easy noodles at home, it's like it kind of feels like that flavoring that's
Can I
on
smell
that.
that? Yeah.
So
It is
the
yum.
stock tastes like 2-minute noodles.
Yeah.
It's really yum. Like it is like beef
It is.
flavoring.
Cool. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna pop the lid on.
Okay, there's so much flavor in this
Why are
dish.
tomatoes such an important component of like stews and things like that?
I think it goes back to where we come from.
Yeah.
We love tomatoes and
Okay.
onions, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so yum. The tomato really comes through nicely in there, and all those herbs are starting to cook through, which is really delicious. It does need something fresh though.
Exactly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a gremolata. So gremolata is essentially it's parsley and lemon. What it does is at the end of a stew, you kind of stir it through the stew, and with those vibrant, like citrusy and earthy flavors, it kind of just lifts all the flavors happening in the pot.
Absolutely. Yeah, at the
It's
end,
super
right.
simple. So that's gonna keep on steaming. That's
When are we doing that?
Okay.
That's why I need this to come to a simmer first.
Okay,
so maybe
cool.
turn it up to 8 for me.
Cool.
Let's get it to a simmer before we add the ball. So while that's busy coming to temperature, let's just chop up the parsley for the gremolata. So Dan, in the drawer number 2, there's a grate. Will you pass it to me?
I can do that. That's a great idea, Clem.
My fiancé loves
You like to
coriander.
do.
Coriander.
Yeah.
I love coriander.
Yeah.
It's just that someone, I'm not going to say who.
Oh, right. Yeah, we're not gonna say who. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a thing about coriander.
Right.
So,
Okay,
but
cool.
coriander would work really well
Yeah.
with this dish as
Please
well.
don't say that name around me. Thank you very much.
Okay,
I
cool.
would mind if you just respected my culinary beliefs.
Okay. Cool.
He likes
Okay.
it now. He likes actually talking about it because we've actually found out that generally Italian people don't like.
No, I think it must be a European thing. Some people love it and some people really just don't like it. I can't believe that you can like it. It's just so pungent. I don't know how you can like it.
Right. It's
a preference
It's
thing.
dope, Danilo.
Okay.
It's very dope.
For some, are you a coriander fan or coriander yay or coriander nay?
Does your
Hashtag
original
Afternoon
recipe
Express.
include coriander or is it parsley?
It's parsley. We normally use parsley.
Parsley.
Yeah.
Let's
So-
try
It's got
though.
a very nice, strong flavor. Add a little bit of garlic on it.
Little bit of garlic will work, yeah.
Drizzle with what do you call olive oil.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, some great ideas.
it up.
Hope your recipe is going as well as ours is on the show. Phat Joe actually turning out to be a really cool chef in the loft. I feel like we've underutilized his abilities today.
Let's
You
see
know
how that
this,
stew is
man.
doing.
Next time we should call you up. We should ask you for dessert.
It's like a Game of Thrones pot.
It
like,
is.
Yeah, okay. Cheers, it's heavy. The first thing you smell is that paprika. Told you, it's kind of.
It's gonna come out.
Take a teaspoon, then just taste what it tastes like now, so you can see how those flavors have come together. Taste that.
All right.
You'll get a
Tell
sense
us.
of the different flavors that have come together there.
All right.
And now do your judgy thing that you do when you're on shows.
Yeah. Judge me.
I like
good.
it,
Do you mean that?
Yeah.
though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice. Yeah.
All right,
Very nice.
so let's drop the balls now, and then we're gonna put the lid back on. They're gonna steam. It's gonna take about 2 minutes to come up to like a nice fluffy texture.
Okay.
And then when we come back, we're gonna stir through the gremolata, and then we're eating.
And then we're done and dusted. It's the midweek. Well, not really midweek.
Didn't
It's
think
the
we
kind
could
of
do it, but
we're doing very well. And that lamb better be cooked through. I'm got high expectations of this. And I hope you do too. We'll see you after the ad break for more of the cook along on Afternoon Express.
Express yourself.
Welcome back to the Cook Along on Afternoon Express. Phat Joe is our guest and Funny is our chef. It's awesome.
Well done.
Great.
Okay,
Cool.
yeah,
New theme
that
song.
was
Thank you very
nice.
much,
Yeah, I
everybody.
like it.
There's so much love coming for you online, by the way. Marcus says, Joe, such an articulate, clean-cut brother. My favorite guest on your show. Boom. Got that title. Got that title. And Dingu says, Phat Joe is a motivation to me. He is a chilled and bubbly person. I look up to you, Phat Joe.
Oh, thank you, man.
I look up to you purely by height as well, so I kind of, but look up to you.
That's
anyway.
probably what they meant as well.
Probably. Not at all. Right, Clem, we've got to do the final touches and then we're done with our lamb stew, and I hope you've been enjoying cooking along with us. Thanks for all the tweets, the Facebook messages, the comments on Instagram, hashtag Afternoon Express. Keep them coming. Let's spam the interwebs with
feel
Phat
like-
Joe's dance.
There we go. Cool.
Ready, steady, cook.
So with Grimolata, I've got that lemon. I've got the lemon
That's
zest in
another
here.
show.
All right, let's go.
Okay, I've got the lemon zest and the parsley here.
Right.
And so add a little bit of salt and pepper. I like that you guys have been tasting throughout because that's
Yeah.
important,
The
right?
carrots were great, yeah.
How did it taste?
Beautiful, fresh. The earth.
The
yeah.
earth.
Organic.
Okay,
I
cool.
could taste the organics in it.
All right, garlic going in.
Okay.
That lemon, we're not going to waste it. We're going to add
Lemon
the juice.
zest is in there, by the way, right?
What's in there?
Lemon zest.
Yes, lemon
It's
zest is in there.
as well, yeah.
Lemon zest, lemon juice, a couple
Can't
of lemon
see it.
pips. Let's take
Right.
that out.
What's the difference between zest and rind?
You don't. Okay, so the zest is the outside. It's the yellow.
Yeah.
Which is the rind. The pith is the one to look out for. That's that white bit. That's
Pith.
quite the pith.
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 Okay.
Okay, the clock is ticking. And
Okay,
Oh,
Joe's
yeah,
on it.
sorry,
Joe's
we
on it.
gotta keep going.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna keep
Yeah.
on chopping to bring
Can I
everything
open this
together.
up?
Oh! Let's pop the lid to the side.
All right.
Look at those dumplings.
All right.
All right, cool. So let's keep on chopping. Those dumplings have popped up really nicely. I think the bigger ones are ours. Those little ones.
No,
I don't
Yeah,
trust you,
yeah.
Daniel. Like, you are...
Where are those square ones that I asked for? Where are those rectangular pieces?
Should we not turn down the heat a bit? It's
Yes,
on fire, yeah.
Yes, you can.
Thank you, Daniela.
How low do you want it? How low can you go?
Take it a
Needs to
5.
simmer
Take it a
now.
5.
Okay, I'll put it
Okay,
on
cool.
4.
So I've chopped up all the garlic into the parsley. We're gonna finish this off now. So I've worked out the cleaver. Cleaver's like a multifunctional tool in the kitchen.
That was a clever idea of yours.
It was a
there.
very clever idea. Cool. Chop it up, and it also kind of acts as a little scraper, little palette knife, just getting all the flavors in there. Cool. And then back to you, Joe. You're gonna stir that through.
Am I stirring it? Okay.
Those dumplings are perfectly cooked, and you don't want to add your dumplings.
Oh, did I mess
You're
them up?
messing up the
You're messing
dumpling.
up
No,
the
he's not.
dumpling.
He's
What must I
not.
do?
You're doing the right thing, Joe. You're doing the right
Yeah,
thing.
you gotta break it up, man.
You got it.
gotta
He's
let
doing the
it,
right
you
thing.
know?
Okay, cool.
All right, so now the thing with stews with me is I always panic because I always like maybe put too much water and it's like watery and stuff. And what can I do besides letting it cook for another 4 hours to get rid of the water and get it to thicken up?
Okay, my advice to you, Joe, is
Yeah.
when you... Okay, I've got a question first.
Yes.
What's the difference between boiling and simmering? When you read a recipe, the recipe says simmering.
Well, simmer I would imagine is low temperature, 1 or 2 degrees. I mean 1 or 2, and it's
Okay,
like a very
looking into
gentle.
our
Yeah.
stew now, what is it doing?
Oh, it's midway from boiling
Yes,
towards
I think so
simmering.
too. It's
It's
somewhere in
going
between.
towards simmering.
Now,
Yeah.
simple one is just say big bubbles, small bubbles. Small bubbles simmering, big bubbles boiling.
Right.
Are we? You got it right.
But then how does that help
But
him
yeah, you didn't
thicken the
answer my
soup?
question.
Okay.
How do you thicken the
Yeah,
stew?
you gave us a
Okay, when
lecture
you
on
thicken the stew,
Yeah.
He was like, I'm a
I
teacher,
want
I'm
you
gonna
to
throw
run
in a
away.
question.
Let me tell you, I want,
Okay.
what's the difference between a highway and like a back street?
I'm trying to go the other side.
Okay, all right, yeah, okay.
Okay. What you normally do, if you see that the liquid is too much, you remove the lid, let the steam get out. It's gonna reduce.
Okay, so
And
I have to
become
just
more
do I turn it up to a
thick.
boil then?
You can
Okay.
increase to a boil and then let it, but don't have the steam. You need to remove the steam.
I wanted to ask then, Clem, do you ever throw in things like corn flour to thicken it up?
So one thing is because we've used flour on the lamb already.
Yeah.
I sometimes just mash a little bit of butter with the flour, make a nice paste. A Burmani. A Burmani. So what that does is, what you do is you'll add a tablespoon of that paste at a time through your stew.
Yeah.
And the great thing is, we normally cook out the flour in a roux.
Yeah.
With the Burmani, you don't get that floury taste.
Because you've got the butter in there, that's kind of...
Flavor and butter.
Butter you.
Okay, we
You got it. You got it.
All
Okay,
right,
cool.
cool.
Okay. So, like I was trying to say earlier, you don't want to add the dumplings too far in advance because you can overcook them, and it basically just becomes like a big piece of chewing gum. So I rate that's exactly how you want it right now.
Yeah.
So I think we should start serving up.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Okay, let's give it a try.
I can't believe we did it. Like, guys, this is live cooking. There was no like.
No,
Cheating,
absolutely.
eh?
But I mean, at home, if you want, we want a more tender piece of lamb. Don't add the dumplings. Leave it on the stove top with a nice low heat. Let it cook for about 2 hours. Yeah.
Okay, well,
nice and big.
check.
Joe, I'm gonna let you do that.
All right.
So once the meat's
I'm worried
nice
about
and
the
tender.
clock.
You
Okay,
can
you
go for the
gotta get. Oh
dumpling.
yeah, but there's like big chunks. Okay. Is
Oh
that a
wow,
lot? Is that
someone's
too
a lot
much?
of dumplings.
That's good. That's good.
That's like, I mean, this is how I would serve it. At
Guys,
home.
it's dinner.
You know, this is yours.
Why, grazie, grazie, signore.
Okay.
I want to taste this, guys. Do you guys mind if I tuck in just to give
Go
you
for
some
it.
flavor sensations?
Yeah.
Yo, these dumplings are cooked through nicely. We'll taste one of
Okay.
them.
Thank you very much.
I think the
Wow.
chef
Taste.
will get
It's
the
delicious.
last bit.
Funi, how about you take this one? Guess first.
Okay.
Pass it to Funi.
I'll pass it to Funi.
Oh, thank you.
Yo, those dumplings are really yum, guys. The herb dumplings, I think, are officially my favorite. I like them herbed because they're very nice. Got like that fresh sort of like aromatic that comes through it with the dish because there's quite a lot of rich flavors in here. Umami flavors.
Oh, look at that.
Umami flavors in here.
Who's
Fancy.
mommy? Who's mommy?
Umami. Umami. Okay. No.
That's how you avoid tasting the food by dishing up. You know, you make sure. No. Does it taste really nice?
It's
I wish I
delicious,
I need a spoon though, man.
Got you.
Can I go for a piece of lamb?
Gotta go in there and I wanna.
I want your real opinion here. I want a Phat Joe comment from this one.
Yeah.
I want to add a little bit more salt.
us if it's
I'm a
good.
salt
Go for
guy.
it, go
You know what I mean?
Oh, this doesn't
But
need
this
any
is
more
like
salt for
fancy
me.
salt and pepper.
It is.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you
That's
think?
delicious. Perfect winter stew, honestly.
But
Yum.
it is winter.
Yeah.
I want the lamb, but I feel like it's too hot right now.
I cut a little piece out of my lamb. Amazing. So just like that, you can make your very own lamb stew with us on Afternoon Express for our cook-along. Joe, it's been honestly lekker hanging out with you again. When that new deal of yours or that new venture you're running through, we're calling
yeah.
it in digital and broadcasting and all of those important big words, uniting
here,
Africa. He's going to come and announce it on Afternoon Express. Can we get the exclusive? Done and dusted.
That's a yes.
It's been an honor cooking with you. Funi, thank you very much, sir. It's been a real honor cooking with you again in this kitchen. Keep doing what you do. Teach everyone in South Africa how to dice their carrots and make sure that they, what do you call it? Simmer
and
instead of
boil,
boil.
yeah.
Boil properly
Oh, yeah,
instead of simmering.
simmer, yeah, that's
and we'll
right.
see you
Bubbles,
same
big
time, same
bubbles.
place tomorrow on Afternoon Express, live on SABC 3. Obviously the same time, same place. We'd love to see you tomorrow. Clem, well done.
Well done to you.
And to you at home, thanks so much for tuning into the show. We love hanging out with you every afternoon between 4 and 5 on SABC 3. Good night and happy eating.
Search for